All right, welcome in everybody. How are we doing tonight? Let's switch on over to our wonderful team here. Boom. Welcome in everybody! Are you unmuted?
No, we're just playing
Yes.
quiet.
Jesus Christ, guys!
We're super quiet. We're making faces and waving.
Welcome in everybody!
Hello, peoples of the Fancie Court.
I can't find my mouse. There it is.
Episode 19 of Fancie's Fables. I'm so excited. It has been so long. How I've missed you all dearly.
Missed you too.
I missed you guys.
Man,
I missed you guys. Thank you for those hosts. Dante, thank you for that resub. I appreciate you, boyo.
Well,
All right. Now, as is tradition here. Somebody say tradition by rolling the R.
tradition.
Tradition.
There we go. I don't know why I can't do it right now. I don't know. Tradition.
Tradition.
Anyways. As is tradition, we ask a question to our wonderful players. And I'm going to make sure I ask it while Amanda's not in her seat, so that she has to sit down and then ask what the question is that we're all answering. Answering. All right. So yes, welcome in everybody to episode 19 of Fancie's Fables. This week, our question is, what deity does your character worship, and what do they think of others worship? So even if you don't have a deity, you still have an opinion.
Co-worships Raktal, the one and only.
Raktal?
And yeah, his opinion on other people's, well, he definitely believes that other deities exist and that other people worship them, because he was very set on meeting Zin's deity, but Zin was a lying fucking backstabbing bitch. So fuck him and his hypothetical deity.
Yep. For clarification, Raktal is not a deity. He is a quarry spirit.
Yes, but Ko would worship the shit out of him.
Raktal or Mir?
Oh god. Raktal, not me.
All right, that's good. Yeah, so he's not, he's not one of those guys that's like, oh, fuck the gods, or you believe in the wrong god, or anything like that. That's good. Phoebe.
I was actually gonna go next. Got him.
I sensed it. I knew it.
So obviously, Phoebe worships the goddess Eldath. Eldath's teachings are essentially of pacifism, with the exception of self-defense. She's known as the green goddess, and can be represented by like various forms of small bodies of like water, so like ponds, rivers, the forest, etc. Phoebe obviously was raised under the teachings and teachings of pacifism, etc. Protect life, guard life. She loves it, she does it. As far as other people's beliefs go, everyone is entitled to their own systems and whatever guides them through their own path of life. So she's got no qualms. If I'm using qualms correctly, of course.
It is not qualms, but qualms.
I'm gonna see myself out.
Don't let him gaslight you. It's qualms.
Yeah, roll an R, Xavier.
Qualms, Xavier.
Roll my R.
Nice.
You roll an R, Kelsey.
Oh my god.
Well, we're going to transition over to Temin, who probably has a quite unique answer to this.
I feel Temin is neutral towards other gods. And he did used to worship the god Bane, who is considered an evil god, a lawful evil. And with his strong sense of justice and morals that have been instilled into him, I feel that he would still see the line for where the structure and beliefs of different deities fall, and he would respect other people for their beliefs, although he may not necessarily understand or see eye to eye with them. Him having been a person of faith understands what it's like because he veered away from that. So he's much more open-minded in that regard.
Yeah. Definitely revealed in his conversations with Ko about serving and of war. Temin used to serve the dark god of tyranny and oppression, Bane, though unbeknownst to himself. And since the disbandment of the Eastwind Battalion following the death of Julius, Temin no longer serves the dark god. All right. Last and not least, our boy Kane.
Fuck him. Kane is the fuck him energy. So Kane doesn't worship gods. Does he believe in gods? Sure. But does he care? No. Much like magic, it's just stupid. And he believes just like he can like somebody, he can hate somebody. So if somebody is using their god or their worship to be shitty, well, that god is shitty and you're shitty. So in Kane's opinion, if you're going to suck and your god's going to suck, then you suck. So he doesn't really, he's not one of those like, oh, I got to respect the other people's ideas and religion. Kane's like, nah, if it's hurting people, if you're going to fuck up, then I'm going to have an opinion about that. And I'm going to put my big dragon feet inside of your mouth. So here we go. Yeah.
Kane's response is two things. One of these and one of these.
Yeah.
Kane's into feet stuff. Canon.
For the most part, like, he's pretty, like, he'll mind his own business, but he doesn't tolerate that, like, shoving it in your face or, like, you know, making it so you can, like, do shitty things, like the whole spiel that guy was already given, you know. Kane will hard roll eyes there, so, yeah.
All right.
He's live and let live, but also, like, fuck off.
Live and let live, but also fuck off. Live and let live, just stay out of my face. I like it. No Mormon missionaries knocking on Kane's door. Perfect.
That's why Sebastian is there. Turning
Yeah.
away all the missionaries.
I love Sebastian. Such a good bean.
What's his god?
Kane.
Yup.
There he goes. There he goes again. Copyright. Don't worry, it was under 30 seconds.
Strike down.
I am the lawyer of this group.
Oh. I can just imagine Phoebe with a briefcase and a tux.
Booker falls out of the briefcase.
Pulls out a monocle.
And
I am
the tie is a snake gummy.
Yeah. And she grabs the microphone.
Your Honor, I'd like to say that's bullshit.
Your Honor, I'd like to say, what's it called? What is it called when lawyers go in and they're like, I object.
Wow.
Objection! You gotta.
I need to play Phoenix, right?
Yeah.
Do.
What the fuck? I saw some beautiful Amanda art.
Yeah. Wait.
Hashtag sponsored episode.
Oh,
Yeah.
girl.
Look at that Amanda art.
People were killing each other over that piece.
My brother saw it and offered to
sold
buy
out.
it off of me.
Yeah, it's gone right now. Sorry.
So, welcome back. Let us have a brief recap of our last episode. When we last left our heroes, they had only just returned to the champion's estate after a harrowing battle against Ardea and the forces of the Zentarim. Having lost the gem atop Tirith Island to their enemies, our party now returns home to recover and plan their next move. As you all made your travel from the docks back toward the estate, you could see the progress taking place to rebuild the senseless destruction that had occurred in Waterdeep the month prior. Much imported stone and lumber make their way with craftsmen, masons, and carpenters to rebuild the center square and surrounding businesses and homes. Although when you arrive back in Waterdeep, the evening is nigh, but many people still bustle through the streets. The spirit of Waterdeep is alive, and with the light of their champion, they are spurred onward with confidence and hope. Meanwhile, at the champion's estate, our heroes are welcomed back. Following Sebastian and Sarah, whom has made herself comfortable in the estate during our party's absence, find themselves back in the lounge room. Sebastian turns to all of you. Champion and companions, Ko, Phoebe, Temin. I do believe a supper is in order after your long journey away, so please bid me some time and I will make sure I have that prepared for you with post-haste. I have already taken the liberty upon myself to prepare refreshments in the lounge area, and I have already struck up a fire. He then bows deeply, turns on his heel, and exits the room, leaving you all with Sarah, Larasi, and each other in the lounge with the crackling hearth.
As much as I would like to sit here and relax, I don't think I can do that until I've had a shower. So I'm gonna go run off for a bit and be back down later. Bye. She's gonna run.
All right. Phoebe heads to one of the washrooms.
Someone looks to Ko and Kane. As I am a warforged, pull out the cleansing stone and start kind of rubbing myself and cleaning off all the dirt. I do not require a shower, but you may also go clean, as you may need to.
I'm gotta kind of like clear my throat and look like down, and yeah, the kid's got a good idea, so I'm gonna go and I'm gonna start heading to my room.
Okay.
Yeah, I think everybody's kind of just, we all are in need of a good showering. You guys go ahead. I'm gonna talk to Lo real quick, and then I'll take my time.
And do you mind if I stay and accompany you, Ko?
Oh yeah, it's no problem. Come on. I just wanted to inform him about, well, Mir and some of the things that have transpired.
Yes.
Okay.
Start heading over to the to the living room, I guess.
The lounge.
The lounge area. Yes.
All right. Yeah. Larasi already helping himself to the refreshments. You can actually tell the the old man has very much been enjoying his time here. He looks relaxed. In fact, maybe some of the wrinkles on his face have lessened, but that's not due to any type of, fountain of youth. It's more due to the healthy layer of fat that he is accruing from all the eating and drinking he's been doing.
Nice.
He's an old man. Let him live his life, right?
He's just like retired now, just doing whatever he wants. I love it.
So yes, reclining in the lounge, Larasi spinning his glass and taking a sip from it. Oh, Ko. How did your journey go this time?
Well, it was something. Very insightful, surprising. We came across Mir. Exactly.
Mir!
Mm-hmm. Mir.
My goodness. And where is he now? Did he come back with you? Don't tell me anything happened to him.
Other than a slip of the wrist and me accidentally throwing a knife into his shoulder, he's fine.
I suppose I understand. Where is he now?
Honestly, I have no idea. He, when we ran into him, he was working, if you can consider what he does working, he was hired by a captain to help ship cargo. And we happened to be boarding that ship, so it was a nice coincidence.
And he's still doing this?
I'm not quite sure. Last we left it, he had every intention on living his best life in any manner he saw fit. And almost no intention of joining us in our endeavors.
He forcefully puts the glass on one of the side tables, sloshing a bit of the liquid over the brim. One of our best surviving warriors that we know is here, and he decides not to join our cause.
I know.
Did it have anything to do with you slipping a dagger into him? What happened, Ko?
Well, he seemed against the idea from the very beginning. He actually was trying to avoid, me. From what I've gathered, he and Raktao aren't exactly on the best of terms, and he's been shutting Raktao out, and my presence might have triggered something in him and allowed Raktao to bypass said block. But long story short, Mir was with us when we battled against the other Warforged and his allies. And while, yes, he was very helpful in combat, Mir is not the same person that we know. He's actually taking this opportunity of being in a world removed from Eberron and potentially the inspired, the war. And he's just living. And while I choose to stay the course, and I don't agree with his path, he did provide some insight. And I have to respect it.
The boy was always reluctant to his connection with Rocktau, thought himself superior for not accepting our quarry's gift. Always said it was fortunate for him that Rocktau favored pie instead. But now our spirit rests in you, Ko. I hope that this venture at least taught you a few things. Perhaps in due time, Mir will come around. I hope for our sakes.
Looking down a little bit, Ko's gonna kind of just say, well, I did let him know that there were others from our group that were here, and to keep an eye out and not try to avoid them like he did with me. I've got to say, after everything that we went through, my eagerness to take on this role, to take on the responsibility, I don't know if it was because of Mir or whatever the case may be, but I've come to realize I'm not quite as ready as I thought I was.
So you have gained some wisdom then. He picks his glass up and continues to drink from it now. The road is long. Oh.
Oh, I was simply making an observation. As you see Temin look and point to Ko, I do not see any new wrinkles.
Well, I would hope they wouldn't reach me this early on in my life, Temin.
Well, you'll never be as wise as me.
For that, you're very correct. Well, we can discuss things in further detail later on, but I think I really want to take that shower and mull over things a bit more.
Of course. You've had a long journey. You should clean up and then fill yourself with Sebastian's wonderful food. I tell you, I don't know what this boy does better.
I look forward to it.
Me too.
All right. Well, I'll be back soon. I guess you can talk to Temin for now.
Oh, sure.
I'm gonna exit expeditiously.
Okay. We will return to Lo and Temin in a moment. Phoebe is washing up. What was Kane doing?
Washing up as well, but going to my room
Okay.
to be alone, because Kane, Kane is that guy.
All right. Okay. Did you say anything about Sarah? All right.
He may have tried to avoid eye contact.
So an old man, a young woman, and a warforged sit in a lounge. So yes, Ko makes his exit, and Lorasi, you see him sink a little bit further into the chair. Oh, yes. Regale me, Temin.
Oh, Lo, you said you like the food that Sebastian cooks.
Yes, indeed so.
You see Temin pull out a small notebook. Would you please tell me which dishes are delicious, so that I may ask Sebastian how to make it later on?
Well, he cooks a mighty fine fish.
Oh, fish. What kind of fish?
I believe it was a perch.
Scribble, scribble. Scribble, scribble.
Oh, and his ham is delectable. I've never had it so sweet and thick. It just falls off the bones.
Delicious and thick. Would this apply for fish as well?
The fish is juicy and fluffy.
Did you see him like writing it all down? Like, thank you.
You're not.
I was gonna say thank you. I will practice with these first.
You're not sure if it's the glint of the fire, but you see this twinkle in Lo's eyes as he recalls these meals. You see Sarah has taken one of the seats in the lounge close to the fire and is warming her hands and feet. It is harvest season, so the mornings are hot, or the the afternoons are hot, and the evenings and mornings are cool.
Sarah, may I ask, how do you know Cain?
Oh, you can say we're longtime acquaintances and friends.
Oh. Why don't you tell us how you guys met?
Well, how we met, that's a long time ago. Maybe 5 years ago? I wasn't in a very good place. Cain was traveling through. I was just south of Baldur's Gate, actually. And, well, I wasn't as free as I am now. My name was once written on a bit of paper, and in the pocket of someone who owned me. But thanks to Cain, myself, and several others got to go on living their lives. New lives. Better ones. He told me to head to Waterdeep and seek out Galandra. And I suppose the rest has been in my day-to-day for a while. But I've taken a bit of a break from the Gilded Nymph.
Oh, I see. Do you have a dream?
A dream? I think every girl has a dream.
I was simply curious because, unlike Ko and me, you might have the ability to dream. I simply wanted to know.
Oh, to have dreams. Sometimes, yeah. I guess it's hard to really remember long after you've woken, but I guess a few stand out to me.
Do you dream of people that are important to you?
Yes, sometimes. Maybe significant is more the word than important to me. Unfortunately, sometimes dreams aren't as happy as they could be, and I recall times that weren't ideal.
What do you do when you recall those sad times?
Well, usually I feel helpless when it's happening, but then I wake and I find myself in my familiar space and with the people that I know and trust, and I understand that I'm safe.
Do you think Cain ever feels the same way? He seems troubled sometimes.
He seems to think because his shoulders are so broad he can carry a lot on them.
He is indeed strong. I have seen him hold a door with 3 goblins on the other side.
Really? I wouldn't doubt it.
A mighty warrior.
Yes, he is.
Although he does have trouble opening doors sometimes.
That would be funny to see.
Indeed.
But, you know, one of the things I love about Cain is, even though he always has so much going on, and I can always see it in his eyes, he's always thinking about everyone else. But it's important that he has people around him who think of him too. That's why I can't help but care for him.
Thank you
Yeah.
for caring for Cain. He is an important ally and a good friend.
He is. But the thanks is for you and the rest of his companions. I don't get to travel into danger with him and watch his back.
But unlike us, you are here to give him a home to return to.
Well, maybe. But I didn't build this building. And I didn't put the collar on his neck. I'm only here because Sebastian's so nice to let me stay. But he did tell me, if the champion returns, and he says that you can't stay here, then I'm sorry, Sarah, but you will have to leave.
I do not think Cain would do that to you.
I didn't think so either. That's why I was so persistent and made him let me stay. I will say, this is a wonderful place. And Lo is very much correct. Sebastian is an artist, a wizard with food.
Oh, does he conjure up the food?
Not that I've seen, but it wouldn't surprise me if he teleported it in from some delicious food realm.
Oh, perhaps you can find our friend Evan.
Oh. Manderth, right? From the
Yes.
Owl's Eye? Yes. Yeah, after the attack, there have been a lot of whispers about the people that have gone missing. Not many quite as important as him.
Yes. You just see Timon look down and he pulls out a journal. The people must be grieving for him. I think your audio just cut out.
It was at this point that the party took back the stream
You
from
are
him.
muted.
Yeah, I've hacked into your systems. This is my stream now, Xavier. I'm Lord Fancie.
Wow, she's really going in. He's
Ah,
so
damn.
vulnerable right now. How could you?
Finally, my plan enacted.
This is where Phoebe dies.
It took so long. I've worked so hard to keep Phoebe alive. I even tried to throw myself off a damn tower and I stayed alive. You thought you could kill me, Xavier? You knew this day was coming.
Oh my god.
I will entangle myself into this tower just like I've
This is
entangled
the
myself
Star
into the
Show
story.
now. You're the only PC, buddy boy.
Hello?
Phoebe's
Hello?
gonna. There
Oh,
you
there
are.
he is.
Okay.
Phoebe's so dead.
I just unplugged it and plugged it back in, so.
Someone tried to hack Xavier's stream. I'm
Who
so
was
glad-
that? Oh my god! Thank God.
That's
No.
crazy.
So glad you're back, Xavier.
Wild.
Whew.
Sorry, what was the last thing you said? We were talking about Evan.
Oh, he just pulled out the journal
Oh,
and just looked at it.
so, Temin, you've been through this journal, you know. Mostly when something stands out to you, you dig a little deeper and look into it. As you're flipping through, you come across a vaguely familiar passage where Karen is lamenting over the past. And more specifically, he seems to be mourning the loss of his brethren and fellow warriors. He recounts the notion that he never got to say goodbye to them in the heat of battle while he was serving and performing his duties. But since peace has befallen, and he has found his services not needed and his body aging, in his reflection, he wishes that he could talk to them at least one more time. Tell them of the things he's learned, the wisdom he's gained in his longer life. But mostly on that feeling of loss for having not been able to properly say goodbye.
Temin just becomes quiet and just contemplates for a moment as he grabs the journal and just stands up. I will need a moment. Pardon me.
Oh,
And just walk out of the room.
all right. So we will switch over to Phoebe, freshly bathed from her long, smelly journey.
Yep. So, she like puts her hat down on like what does her room look like actually? Can you paint me a word picture, please?
So, yeah, you weren't here long enough to really make it your own space. So right now it's fairly a generic guest room, though guest room would be understating it. The size of this room would be considered a master suite in most other buildings in the city. The bed is large enough for 3 people. The furniture, specifically a beautiful armoire, a chest of drawers, and a foot locker, are made from beautiful, rich woods. Intricate and exquisite carvings cover them. You see not only a fine craftsmanship, but a fine artistry as well. No expense has been left, and no dust can be found anywhere. Sebastian is quite thorough. Your sheets are double quilted and have an organized pattern sewn into them. There seems to be a theme to this room as far as the colors and patterns go. And for a few of the other rooms that you've seen passing by, it seems each one has its own motif. This one, it struck you when you first arrived here, that's why you had picked it, a soft golden hue. Not very strong, very subdued, and a mellow accent on everything. The curtains, the rugs.
Well, that was gorgeous. Yep, so she's just gonna kind of return to her room, close the door behind her, and kind of put on some lighter linen. She's gonna put her hat on the dresser, and she's gonna kind of, you know how like Snow White kind of dances around the room while she's cleaning everything? It's gonna be like that, but she's gonna like start looking in her bag and start taking out jars of things she's collected and start putting them in various places.
The mushrooms, the dried herbs.
Yep, but she's gonna like kind of like hop up on the bed and like roll across it, kind of like rogue style, to get to the other side of like where she needs to go, and just kind of like take in the room and the space before she heads out and back downstairs to rejoin everyone.
Yeah, it's a nice ass room. Maybe not as warm as you would like it to be, but it has been vacant.
It was the largest bedroom she has ever been in. Took the chance to take it all in.
Mm-hmm. There's shelves, there's a writing desk. You name it, it's there. And if it's not there, you can just ask and it'll show up.
Sebastian's the best fairy godmother ever.
Bibbidi bobbidi boo, bitch.
Just gonna run down the stairs and kind of see where everyone is.
All right. So as Phoebe rejoins the rest of the party, Kane finishes his bathing and enters his room.
Is there... Okay.
Any ladies there?
No. So I'm just gonna leave my room and just kind of like, like tired. I don't want to do this anymore, but I don't know what to do, and questioning everything. So, is there, like, what's kind of laying around the room?
Are you in the master suite, or do you refuse that room? Because I recall last time you were kind of iffy about it.
I don't know. If I had slept in it, though, I probably would have just gone back to that room. Like, I just gone to the room that I knew where I was, like, going.
Okay. So, the master suite has a connected washroom. Exquisitely molded marble and, silver fittings on everything. Really high society, hoity-toity, rich for Kane type of atmosphere. But the wash basin is large, which is exactly what Kane needs.
Okay.
The room itself, again, has everything you need, and the color motif appears to be a royal blue.
Okay. So I guess that's not, like, is there anything that is like long, like a stick or a broom or like?
Well, there are rods holding up the curtains. What specifically are you looking for? What are you trying to do?
I don't know. I guess something with a handle. I think Kane's probably gonna be like playing around with his collar and just thinking about how it's probably on the wrong person. So he wants to take his collar off.
Why don't you walk me through it? Why don't you tell me what you're doing?
Well, I'm probably gonna be like thumbing around with the collar, trying to like pull the collar loose and see if it will give any leeway, if there's any latches on the back of it. Obviously trying not to be suspicious about it or anything.
Yeah,
Kane's
alone in your room.
Kane's alone and can't even admit to himself that he's...
Yeah, so feeling about the bit of metal of this collar on your neck, you're trying to find any clasp, any gap, any seam in the metal, but nothing at all. And when that fails, you begin to just slightly tug on it, feel how secure it is on your scaly neck.
All right, well, I guess with that, I think I'm just gonna like thumb underneath and just try and like see if I can squeeze and pull it at all.
So yeah, you're trying to pull, you're trying to push, can't really get it past your jawline, and you're pulling it, and all you're feeling is just that extra pressure on the back of your neck, and as hard as you try, it's not really going anywhere. Strangely though, you feel with the amount of force you're pulling on it with, it would actually start to dig in, but there is no uncomfortable pain.
Well, I guess I'll just let it be then and let it go.
As you're pulling on it, though, you hear a familiar voice. I truly hope you're not as worthless as you feel you are.
All right. Who the hell are you?
Well, that's a good question. Who do you think I am?
Just gonna probably be getting dressed and trying to fix myself back up. Well, I try not to think about it, and it seems that you know that. I've been trying to avoid all communication with you in hopes that you go away. But it just seems that all the stuff that I want to go away isn't going away. So to answer your question, it doesn't matter who I think you are, because I don't know who you are, and I've already told you that.
Well, I've gone by many names through time. But I suppose the one that sticks out to me the most
Spence.
What the hell?
You okay?
Yeah, I was just on the page of notes, and now, like, I don't know, I'm on the next page, the last page. Hold up.
I only meant to hack your stream. I didn't mean to hack your notes. I'm sorry.
Yeah, what the hell, Kelp?
I was thinking of inserting my own notes. They must have not saved, so they just wrote and deleted your notes.
I was on
Real
the
name is
wrong...
Booker.
Yeah. Yep. Sorry. I was on the wrong page. How stupid is that? I have been known as many names, though I suppose the one I recall the most is Aliva Ashinan. Yes, I can already see that you've completely ignored that. You can call me Ash. Suppose that would be simpler.
You know, it would be simpler if you left me alone.
If you would like, but we're going to be together for a very long time. If you haven't guessed, which I know you already have, I am the Collar.
Okay, cool. So that means you can remove yourself from me.
It's not that easy.
But you're the Collar. Don't you have power over you? You're a sentient thing now.
Well, I've always been a sentient thing. It just took some time for you and I to get acquainted to one another. But no, I do not... I do not have that capability.
You mean you get acquainted to me because I have no idea who you are?
Think of it as this. You and I are now one. I am you, and in some ways you are me. Though, it is entertaining to me that I know everything you know. But for you to know everything I know would require something above yourself. And I don't think you're at that point yet. You can hardly accept a piece of metal stuck around your neck. But we all know it's more than that, right? It's not that you don't... It's not that you don't appreciate the beauty I add to any outfit you wear. It's the cost. You feel that I've taken something from you. But it is no choice nor will of my own. For as I said, I've not the capability, and even less the will. You may not be speaking to me, Cain, but I do know everything you are thinking. But if you would prefer we not communicate, I just want you to know that in order for you to be able to use the powers within me, we have to get a little more acquainted. But if you want to continue to sow self-doubt within yourself, then perhaps you'll die sooner than I thought. And I can sit around for another 200 years, waiting for the next worthy successor.
All right. Fine. You know how I feel. You know what I'm thinking. But you've stated we're stuck together. So congratulations. I almost give a fuck. Right now, I'm gonna need a minute. And you're correct. We are gonna have to get to know each other. But I can't spend all night up here. I have some shit to do. I have people downstairs, and I don't know what you want from me, and I don't know what you're capable of, but all I know is that we're stuck together now. And I guess We'll come around to it when I have the energy for it. Because right now, I don't feel like a champion when everything that we went there for, we let slip through our fingers. We lost it. We dropped the ball. And I'm here to tell the court that we lost.
So much self-doubt. I don't know whether to say you were brave, or foolhardy, or courageous, or just dumb. I've been attached to a lot of people. Not one of them have walked through a blazing wall of fire simply to protect one of their companions. There's a lot you don't yet realize about yourself. But you're right. Perhaps what you need is a wonderful meal and a soft bed. I'll be here.
I guess with that, I'm just gonna leave. Not like I'm leaving him or
I can't leave the
somebody.
room!
Like, what am I gonna do? I'm just gonna leave.
No
I guess.
dramatic exits with the voice inside your head.
When you say bye, but you end up walking in the same direction.
Yeah, bye angrily, but they're like with you. It's like, fucking damn it.
Ah. Well, back in the lounge, our companions. Ko. Ko washes up, does his business. Is there anything else you'd like to do before you reconvene?
I think he's gonna spend like a little bit more time than necessary in the shower, kind of just like thinking over the course of events that happened. And then as he's like getting dressed and stuff, he's gonna play around with the bracer a little bit as he's putting it back on. He's gonna kind of like flick his wrist, pull the knives out, look them over, let them disappear. And he's gonna repeat that a little bit. And then eventually make his way downstairs.
Okay. You're definitely getting more familiar with the bracer. You think over your encounter at the top of the tower, and your inexperience with martial tools.
Yes. He's gonna kind of like let out a sigh as he like the last like flicker in the last dagger that comes in before he lets it disappear. I guess it's time to get back to work. And then he'll make his way down to his companions.
Okay. With everyone reconvened in the lounge, you find that Lo has drifted into a slumber, snoring softly. Sarah's still sitting near the fire. Phoebe had come down not too long before you and is cozied up on the couch with Booker. Kane enters the room along with Ko. Temin is currently sequestered away at the moment.
Walking back in with Kane, I like to imagine that Ko would kind of start getting into a conversation with him about stuff. Kind of just lean into him. So, I've been thinking things over. We got our asses kicked.
Yep, and I've been trying not to think about that. Go on, your point.
Well, as much as I don't want to think about it, Mir kept saying it over and over and over again. And now it's in my head. We just aren't capable enough. And we've got to fix that. At least.
You know, hearing you say that, Ko, I agree. I don't think we were prepared enough. Believe me, I'm the first one to point out when I feel like a loser. But if there's one thing I'm not going to do is I'm not going to let you call yourself a loser.
It's too late.
Listen.
Already done it.
Ko. Going up on that stupid spire was a risk. But not going up there was a risk. I'm going to look at everybody else who's around, and I'm just going to tell Ko that if we died up there, that would have sucked. But for some fucking reason, we didn't. And I think we both need to keep reminding ourselves of that.
You're right. Though, I do agree with you. However, I don't know if you knew what happened. There was a moment, and I missed, and I actually hit Mir with a dagger. And then as he's saying this, he's got to kind of like flick out a dagger. He's like, I don't know what it is, but I need more time with these. But just in general, like, yes, inexperience, not being capable, it all sums up to just not enough. Now, we did survive, and he's gonna kind of like project out to the whole group. We did survive, and that is cause for a celebration, and we can work out, well, whatever it is we need to improve on, especially now that we're doing more things as a group. I really think we need to work out the finer things, the finer details about what each of us is capable of and what we lack.
Yeah. Are we in the room with like everybody else, like the rest of the party?
Everyone but Temin.
Okay. I'm gonna just kind of tell Ko I made a lot of mistakes up there too. Some that I am not as brave as you. I will not admit to.
It's fine. It's fine.
However, looking at Phoebe, kind of letting her mind her own business. You know, everyone did exactly what they think they should have done in the moment. And I think you're right. I think the more we work together and we understand what we all offer, it'll be better. But that's going to come with our growth. And we're going to have to respect that. We can't take on everything. And I knew it, but for some reason, I just don't know what has come over me recently. I don't know why I care so much.
As Temin comes in through the door, and right behind Kane, he's like, because you have a kind heart, Kane.
Cole's gonna like pat Kane on the shoulder. Even
So,
Temin
so
knows. Well, I guess the secret's out, Kane. Everybody knows you're emotional.
What? Emotional? I don't think so.
It's
I
too
think you
late.
got me all wrong.
Even Temin knows you're emotional.
Did you say
Is
I
that
was
an
on
insult?
a couch?
Insult,
Yeah.
compliment. Both.
You're
I
on
don't
like
know.
a love seat.
Okay.
Long term.
Phoebe's gonna stand up. I know I'm not a part of this conversation directly, but I think it would be unfair to say that Kane's the only one who's emotional. I mean, I'm pretty sure we've all had our moments. I
Oh,
know I
no.
have.
You're correct. He just likes to hide his more than the rest of us.
Well, we all handle things differently, and I don't think you should ridicule him about that because Kane's a good person and he knows he's a good person. But
It's fine, Phoebe.
Hey. I might be on your side. I might be on, for all this goody two-shoe bullshit. But don't think for 1 second I'm actually one of you. All right? Just,
Kane,
You are your own
you
person.
walked through a wall of fire for me. I think you're something of us.
She's not wrong.
You know what? We don't need to talk about that. Where's Sebastian? Where is that guy?
Oh, almost as if on cue, you hear a gentle ringing of a bell, and in fact, like like a trained animal, Larasi wakes from his slumber. Oh, you're all back. Yes, I believe it's food time. You see him labor and get up and grab his glass and shuffle through the door towards the dining room.
I don't think I have ever seen him move that fast.
Perhaps he has been training to move faster.
I mean, if he has, it's definitely paying off.
Following into the dining area, you find an exquisite setup. Lots of wonderful food. In fact, there's even a roast pig. You don't know how he did it in under an hour, but there is a beautifully roasted pig, several fish, various vegetables and fruits, potatoes, deliciousness.
Phoebe's gonna find the chair that she sat in last time, and she's gonna sit Booker in the chair next to her, and she's gonna kind of side-eye the roasted pig.
He's looking at you.
Sorry.
Cole's gonna pull up a chair next to Lo.
Okay. Wherever Kane sits, Sarah will be sitting beside him.
Kane just getting bombarded.
Yeah. Temin's gonna look to Sebastian. Oh, did you actually conjure this, Sebastian? Perhaps you should teach me how to conjure this food. Lo said that you were a wizard.
Well, I'm not magically inclined myself. Just a lot of hard work. He winks at you.
Pulls up a notebook. Hard work.
He is wearing an apron, not a speck on the apron.
Well, thank you for taking the time to prepare all of this for us after we were gone for so long. I really appreciate the variety.
Of course, only the best for all of you, especially after the journey you had. You know I will always treat you all well.
I'm gonna address the party around the table.
If this pig isn't eaten in its entirety, I hope you don't mind if I bury it.
Whatever your customs are, that's fine.
Okay.
Just be sure that everyone gets as much as they like.
Of course. That's what it passed on for. She's just gonna start fixing her plate while just staring off.
Low, you see Lorasi grab 2 plates, and greedily he looks over all the food, stacking it high. I mean, he's putting meat on top of veggies, and then he's just covering the whole thing in this thick, beautifully golden brown gravy. Getting it all ready.
As he's like doing that, Kozo just like kind of look at him and is like, "Thank you once again, Sebastian, for yet a wonderful meal." Yes. yes. And he like start helping himself as well. It's not gonna go away anytime soon.
Not if I have anything to say about it.
Well, I guess dig in. And then I will help myself to some roasted piggy.
Hell yeah. you all get your plates and you eat in silence for a few minutes, just appreciating each other's company and the good food and this moment to relax. The sound of silverware echoes through the room as Lo puts them down on his now empty plate and pats his mustache and beard with a cloth before standing up in his seat and raising his glass. He looks at all of you through his thick brows. It is very clear to me that whatever happened on your journey was not as successful as you all may have hoped. You don't need to explain to me what happened. I know you did your best, and I know you would have given your lives to succeed. However, it is best that you are all still here. Koroktau and myself have felt many stings of defeat at the hands of our enemy Koi. Though fortune allows us another day, and fate insists that we persist, this may not be my native home, but I can feel the change in the air. This world needs heroes, and I cannot think of a better lot than this. He then raises his glass. To life and the protection from evil.
Phoebe's gonna stand up on her chair and take her glass of water with both hands and raise it.
Who's raising his glasses with?
I will cheers to that.
To the champion. Looking over to Kane.
To the champion.
To the champion. And you conclude your toast.
Is Kane looking down? Sorry.
Probably.
No, go ahead.
Kane's looking down. Tubman's gonna look right across at Kane. May we prevail, Kane. You may not believe in yourself, but we believe in you, Cain. And that is why we are here. So please, if you are ever doubtful, remember that we are by your side. And I look back to Sarah and back to Cain.
Sarah's looking at Cain with adoration. And to note, during the toast, Sarah and Sebastian also raise their glasses.
Now that we've had some time to settle in and refresh ourselves, I'd like to touch on something that Cain and I were discussing moments before. Perhaps it is best that we have, with whatever downtime we are afforded, perhaps we have a moment to assess each other's strengths and weaknesses, so that as we continue on our journey and face off with Warforged and other enemies, we can cooperate and function more cohesively and effectively. Timon and I have done some training with each other before, and it seemed effective. Not as much as I would have liked, but with the time that we had, we made some slight improvements and adjustments. But we haven't been able to do that as a whole party. And, well, our last battle didn't go so well. So I propose that we find time to enhance our capabilities and figure out what exactly it is we're good at doing as a unit.
I agree. Looking over to Phoebe. Mir has made it painfully aware how I lack in defense for self, despite being a protector of my allies. I will work on it.
I'm glad he was very specific for you. He just thinks I'm incapable altogether.
I do have some strategies in mind. Go ahead, Phoebe.
Oh, as long as I can keep you up to do what you need to do, I think you're fine just as you are. You protect us with a really raw ferocity. I don't think I've ever seen you so angry before, Timon.
While he's great at doing it, so long as you can keep him up, what happens if you get captured again?
That guy got lucky.
I'm captured twice now.
That other guy got lucky too.
What if
I know.
you trap him while he traps you?
Maybe
If you
we
cast
should-
Entangle on yourself, would you not trap him with you as well?
maybe I should tie a bell around my hand or something. I'll be like a trap.
A help me bell.
Yeah.
Oh, life alert. Help, I've fallen. I can't get up.
Oh, I've been captured and I can't get down.
Oh, man.
I hear a bell ringing. Phoebe's been captured.
Someone set the alarm spell. Damn it.
Shit! She didn't have 10 minutes.
My point is, Phoebe, you help us greatly. And now that I'm thinking about it, one can go so far as to say that we perhaps overly rely on you in order for us to continue fighting as a whole. And without you, well, surely we would have died. So we need to find a more efficient way to continue fighting adversaries who are capable of taking you away from us, or even if we get into one-on-one scenarios, being able to fight on our own properly and better.
I think it's because I'm looking at it from a different perspective, but I hope you understand that my goal isn't a better way to fight adversaries, but support my friends while they fight those they consider to be adversaries.
This is good. This is he's gonna like pull out some journal and start taking notes. This is good. Like, well,
all right. I think this is all great and all, but I think we also need to remind ourselves that we are allowed rest, and that overthinking any situation may seem beneficial, but it could actually not be great for our mental health that we might need to be working on. So why don't we just enjoy the dinner, and then we will definitely do the combat training, because I actually don't know what Temin is capable of. And I'd love to put that guy in a ring. And I'm going to be looking right at Temin.
I actually have an idea. Ko, your telekinesis or your telepathy allows you to speak to other creatures, correct?
that is correct.
Then perhaps you could be my eyes.
In what sense?
You see Temin stand up as he pulls out his two short swords, and he casts darkness on himself as you see an aura of black energy enshroud him, and he pulls out the two blades. I can sense things in the darkness.
The whole room is black now.
I'm like, oh shit. Okay, Kane was right. We can shelve this for now. Yes, let's wrap up the rest of our meal. But that's good to know. That is good to know. I understand what you mean now.
Yeah, and the darkness just fades.
You see Lo Rossi is holding his glass away from whatever was happening in that direction. Too much excitement for these old bones. Good night.
He's fucking out. God. Oh. Yes. Kane is right. We've all gone through a great deal over the past couple of weeks. Let us rest. And then we can resume whatever sort of plan we have moving forward. And Phoebe, I just want you to know, I will always appreciate your support. And I understand that you don't serve the same role as the rest of us do.
Thank you.
You're welcome. He's gonna kind of just like give her a little smile. Just like, you're good. You're good.
But important nonetheless. We would have all fallen had it not been for Phoebe.
I'm sorry, Temin. I think I have some water in my ear from when I took a bath. What did you say?
I said, had it not been for you, we would have all fallen into the water.
Well, if I'm being honest, I think I had a little guidance on that one. I don't think I realized what good that was gonna do us. So I got lucky that time.
I think we all did.
Well, I don't know about everybody, but I have destroyed what was this garden of a spread. I'm very tired.
Yeah, fortunately there's not much left of the pig. You all were very hungry. Eating travel rations for about a week will do that to you. If you attempt to take any plates or help with cleanup, Sebastian will shoo you away.
I would like to assist with dishes.
I think someone of your stature needs some rest.
Rejection.
She's just gonna kind of like playfully just gonna grapple her. Just
I will take care of all of this. You all please get some rest. I will be by discreetly to drop some packets of heated coals to warm your rooms. I do apologize I did not do so sooner.
You're fine, Sebastian. Thank you. And thank you for the meal once again.
Of course. So, adjourning to your rooms for your rest.
I'm not going to my room.
Adjourning to somewhere for rest.
On my way to my room, I'm gonna just kind of say over my shoulder, thanks, Kane, for getting me out of my head a little bit. And then I'm gonna carry on.
Okay. Kane, where are you headed?
I'm probably going to go to the main room and ask if Sarah wants to hang out with me for the night.
So you're going to the lounge area?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Sarah is right beside you.
Yeah. So, yeah, just chilling and probably having drinks and just chatting with her until I get tired.
So you both enter into the lounge, and after a few moments of silence, Sebastian saunters in, throws a new log on the fire, and delivers a platter with 2 glasses and a bottle of wine. Before leaving.
I'm probably gonna just talk about Co and how much I appreciate Co, which is so stupid, but seriously,
Classic.
like, Kane is just going through fucking his feels right now, man, and he wants to be better. He wants to be better for everybody. And he knows that, I think, talking with Co, he's reflected a little bit, like seeing Co in his own head. He doesn't want that for his friends, he doesn't want that. And he's going to give them the advice that, Papa Kane knows. But at the same time, he comes to this awful realization, like, he needs to hear it too. So he's just going to kind of like tell Sarah that, he appreciates her and he appreciates everybody who appreciate him before the collar. He doesn't know why he's so hyper-focused on so much things now, and it's so different since the collar's been on him, and the realization of, like, is getting to him. Like, all the stuff that was freaking him out about everybody else treating him differently, he's treating himself differently. And the only way he's going to get better is if he surrounds himself with the people who believe in him and love him, and that's his party. That's his people. And he just wants to say thank you to Sarah and probably confide in Sarah that he loves his party.
She listens, nods, delicately holding her glass. She's sitting sideways on the seat beside you, her legs curled up, and she stares at you intently and nods and just listens. Then when you stop and look down and then look at the fire, she responds. Okay. You've always been the strongest person I know. And I am so grateful that you have these companions that you do now. It's good to see you with people who care about you genuinely. She places a hand on your arm. I know that you have a lot weighing on you. And I know that since this collar has attached itself to you, there's been this extra responsibility. But I think you're right. I think you're thinking of yourself differently, which may not be a bad thing. I've always seen you as a protector and a server of the people of this city. There are many in the low town and the docks who still spoke highly of you, even before your title as champion. And I know they speak even higher still, because they knew you when. But you, yourself, you're not different. You know, your friend Temin, he asked me how we had met. Do you remember?
Yes. I remember how I've met all of you. And I'm proud of all of you.
We're proud of you.
You know, I used to go to bed every night just in this weird state where I would hope to fall asleep before I fall apart. Every time. And I wake up and having Galandra and having the Gilded Nymph and having the town who didn't even care about me, it just kept me motivated. It kept me focused and driven. But now, I worry. I worry more than I usually do. And I'm overthinking it, and I need to trust all of you again. And I think I've lost it because maybe there was a part of me that did believe when the collar chose me, I was supposed to be the champion. Maybe there was a small part of me that thought I was going to be better. I could be better, but I was the same clunky dragon, the same one who's struck down, taking hits, not landing hits, being the same guy I was. And I got so focused on that, and now I've realized that it was never about being better or stronger. Talking to you guys, it's what I represented before and what I still represent. I'm gonna fumble, I'm gonna drop the ball, and I will die. I'm not invincible with this thing, and I can't let this change me. I have to be careful because there is something destructive within me. And as long as I wake up, I won't let it destroy me. I'm gonna look right at her. You will remind me. Temin will remind me. Phoebe and Co. Those are my reminders.
Kane. She looks you back right in the eye. I don't believe there's anything bad inside of you. Otherwise, you wouldn't have that collar.
I'm sorry.
It only picks those of pure intention, right?
I don't know if this collar's about good or evil. I don't know. But hey, if I do, I'll let you know. How about that?
Well, I accept my role as your reminder to do good.
Well, it's late, and I think we all need rest. So it is time for me to say goodnight.
Good night, Kane.
And good night, Sarah.
She gets up, pulls a slight curtsy, and she leaves the room.
I'll probably just stay there till the fire runs out and then go to bed.
Okay. Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Well, after an hour, the fire's dying down. You've heard, or you assume you've heard, Sebastian moving through the estate, probably delivering hot packets to the rooms and finishing clearing up after the dinner service. And as you finally feel your eyelids become heavy, the voice comes to you again. Before you doze off, champion, I've come to realize something. The words of your female companion brought it clearer to me. As I told you before, I have not the will nor capability to make decisions. I cannot even decide for you. I did not pick you. Though our bond makes it clear. We are together because your heart belongs to everyone else. Just remember that.
I'm gonna let out a long sigh. And I'll keep my thoughts. Not my thoughts, because I can't, because he's got them. I'll keep this conversation for another day, and I'm gonna go to bed.
All right. Okay. Any other things to note before sleep finds you all? Down in front.
You say me first? When Sebastian would have come around, Ko would have asked him to, if there was some sort of board or like just plank of wood or something that he could find for him. And if he was able to find it, Ko would be very naughty and not be going to bed. He'd be levitating said plank above him as he's laying down and literally just flicking daggers up at it, while even though he accepted Kane's words, it's really hard to get out of your head sometimes. And now that he's alone, he's just there with his thoughts. So he'd kind of just be just chucking daggers at the plank of wood while he's laying in bed until he finally dozes off.
Okay. Well, when Sebastian brings you the wood, he makes a comment as he's leaving the room. Try not to damage anything, including yourself. Good evening. And then he closes the door.
Thank you. Yeah, Cole, he's just gonna be there for as long as he can hold out. Literally just replaying the events that have happened, and even thinking back to the battles that he's fought in the past, as Lo had mentioned. They've been losing isn't foreign to them. They've lost battles before. So he's kind of just like playing back some of the losses that he's had in his life, the battles and the actual like people that he's lost, and what he's done to like overcome the situation or the experience each time, and kind of just like reminding himself that like the fight is not over. Not the war, not just the war that he's fighting back home, but like their battle here isn't over, and there will be another opportunity to succeed.
Perfect. All right. Phoebe?
So Phoebe's gonna get back to her room, and she's gonna thank Sebastian for dropping off, little warmies for the room, and she's gonna close the door, and she's gonna jump in bed, and I'm assuming what lights the room are like some sort of flame source or like something.
Yeah, there can be candles.
Cool. She's gonna like snuff them out, but she's gonna leave one on because she's scared of the dark. And she's gonna get all like snuggled under the blankets, and she's gonna make sure Booker's nice and tucked in next to her. And before she falls asleep, she's just gonna like close her eyes. And she's gonna open them again because she's still a little too awake. So she's gonna cast Sending. So she's gonna cast Sending to Temin. And she's gonna say, "Hi, Temin. It's Phoebe. I can't sleep. Can you tell me a joke? 25 words only. Go."
Temin's over there.
Temin's like, oh.
He doesn't even have 10 fingers.
Oh my god.
Challenge mode.
I got it. Perfect.
I can do that, Phoebe. What do you call it when a ranger cooks the creatures they hunt? Flavored enemy.
She just,
Oh my god.
that was very Temin. She appreciates the joke. And
Perfect.
she's gonna cast Sending again to Ko. And she's gonna say, "Hey, Ko."
I'd like to imagine that it's like mid-flick and he accidentally misses the plank and hits the ceiling, and now there's a little like hole in the ceiling.
Sebastian's not gonna like that.
Yes. Hey, what's up, Phoebe?
Hey, Ko. Thank you for tonight. Looking forward to training tomorrow to help you guys stay alive.
Thanks.
You're very welcome, little one. I look forward to it as well.
Last spell slot.
Good thing you're about to rest.
Yep. She's gonna cast sending. To sit. No, I'm just kidding. To Kane. Hi, Kane. Don't worry. This isn't the stranger. I just wanted to say good night. Sleep well.
Kane's gonna roll over with a smile on his face. Say, hi, Phoebe. Good night. You're a good kid. Now, go to bed. Stop talking to everyone.
You would know that I was talking to everyone.
Got her.
Got him. And then she's gonna snuggle in and try to go to bed.
All right. Good night,
Long
dear
rest.
party.
I actually do have one thing I remembered. Sorry. Temin, before he puts on his nightcap, is looking through the journal, and he closes it one last time. And holding Julius's sword before he goes into his guarding sentinel stance, he kind of thinks to himself,
Perhaps you can guide us, Julius, through these troubling times, as you have always guided me. If only your wisdom could help us become stronger.
and he closes his eyes and goes into his sentry mode.
With the sword in your hands, as you close your eyes, Temin, with the soiled sleeping cap on your head, Julius appears before you. He's sitting on a log in this field, and you remember this field and this log. It was felled from a tree that had collapsed during a battle that you had fought with the East Wind Battalion, easily dominating your enemies, Sputs and Los and Jameson are off doing their various things, maybe hunting, maybe gathering, maybe just kicking rocks around. But you remember you stayed there with Julius, and now you see him before you as if you were there now. Julius has the sword in your hands in his, the tip laid on the dirt as he stares off into the horizon. Are you gonna stand there all day, boy?
I am content.
Well, if you can teach that to the other three, I'd be mighty thankful.
Perhaps.
Alright, come sit down. Come on. You can't just stand there.
Oh, but I am standing guard. You are our captain.
Well, I appreciate that. And as your captain, I'm telling you to take a load off.
But I do not have a load.
Oh, I'll never get tired of that.
Tired of what?
Ah, you're so pure, my boy. Unsullied.
It is this cleansing stone you've given me.
He
Well-
kind of gives a thumbs up.
As important as it is to keep your outward appearance clean and tidy, I'm talking about what's inside. Not literally inside of you, more of, the essence of what makes you you. Like how I am. And how Jameson is.
I do not quite understand.
That's okay. You don't have to. You're a damn good soldier.
Thank you, Julius.
Well, we should probably set up camp. Find the other three. We've got more hunting to do tomorrow. They couldn't have gotten far. These woods are thick. But I, unlike you, need some rest.
Then I will continue to stand guard.
Alright, kid. You do that. And he pats you on the shoulder. And you open your eyes to the light of the next day. The next morning finds you all rested and fed. As you roll over, you look to the window, and you have expected light to be pouring through from the morning sun. However, there is a dull softness to the light. Perhaps you've just gotten up particularly early. You stretch, you get your belongings, and you step out of your room into the rest of the estate. Sebastian is doing as he does. And is there anything specific you all would like to do as you reconvene together?
Nope, Coast pumped. He's ready. Ready for the morning.
Except for Ko, who's not rested at all. Okay. Phoebe, in your room this morning, you're feeling as if you might need some guidance for the coming day. As you feel your companions might try to push your oaths.
Yeah, I'm gonna wake up and look outside and see the sky is looking a little off, looking a little soft. I'm gonna grab some stretch, grab Booker, and I'm gonna get out of bed. I'm gonna take a drink of water from the glass that I brought up with me last night. And then when I get some incense from my bag and kind of set it up on the floor and I'm gonna put Booker in front of me. Right in front of me. Here, you're gonna sit there, buddy. Okay. I'm just gonna look at Booker. Say, all right. Friends and I are really trying to make a difference and go against some really, really bad forces in the world. And I'm trying, I really am trying to open up my mind. I mean, I jumped on a warforged. I didn't even have to think about it. My body just kind of moved. But I need a push. I know you can tell my mom. I know she's looking at you and she can see me or she can hear me. Can you get her for me, Booker, please? She's just gonna kind of concentrate and hold Booker's paws and close her eyes and think about her mom.
You do. You have a warmth inside of you. You recall the grove where you had found the shrine to Eldith, sequestered away deep within the wood. Kane, there with you, your sole companion. And then you feel that warm grace again, much the same as you had in that grove. And a soft light begins to fill the room. Stand by. My child.
Hi, Mom.
I told you I'd always be watching you, dear.
You did. I'm trying not to abuse that as much as I've thought of abusing it. Thanks for coming.
Well, there's nowhere else I'd rather be.
I know I could give you a hard time about that, but you know that I also understand.
You feel a gentle hand caress your hair. My dear. As I had left you before, I informed you that I did have my duties that I had to uphold as a priestess of Eldeth. And I informed you that there is danger approaching.
I feel like we've maybe faced some of what you were talking about.
You have?
Yeah. How is she, if you don't mind me asking? How are you?
The goddess? Perhaps I should explain a bit more. Last night was a long night for many in Faerun. And it seems the silence of the gods is now ending. Many of Faerun's people have been slaughtered. And the gods have found it important to step back into their roles.
and my child. The life I had tried to protect you from once again comes back. Face me. As you turn, you see Olhara standing there, just as beautiful as she was the last time you had seen her. Phoebe Honeypot, as a high priestess of Eldath, it is my honor to bequeath this unto you. She pulls something from her garb. It is a talisman on a golden chain. It seems to glow faintly. And she puts it over your head. And you feel it hangs lightly around your neck. Looking down, you see it is carved of elven wood, the softest, lightest, most flexible wood. The symbol of Eldith carved upon it. This is your symbol. For you have been chosen. The world needs peace now more than ever. And you and your companions have a very long road to go. I love you, my child.
Where do you need us? Where? Oh, I have so many questions.
As do we. Travel with your companions. Your presence is needed in many places across this land. But know that with Eldeth's blessing, you will be able to guide them. Protect your allies. Protect life.
Me too.
She then turns, as if to acknowledge something else, though the room is empty.
I must go now.
Me too.
She then she touches your head again.
And I love you.
And like fairy dust, she begins to disappear. And the shimmer and light in the room dissipates back to the dull gray hue coming from the window.
I'm just gonna sniff. Just gonna blink really hard. No, you already did that. You get one of those. Thanks, Booker. Let's get to it.
All right. Well, where do we find the rest of the companions?
Ko would have first stopped in the kitchen because breakfast is the most important meal of the day.
Number one. Especially Sebastian's breakfast.
Yes. I would imagine that Lo is also there. He's probably there before anybody. But yeah, he'd be just grabbing a bite before proceeding outdoors to find like a nice place to start setting up things to do some training.
Okay. Perfect.
Someone's already outside. He's joined him.
All right. Then I suppose we will pick up with everyone outside. Now, when you step out, the sky, as mentioned before, it's not just an overcast sky. It seems to have lost some of its hue. And there is a chill in the air. A palpable uneasiness greets you all this morning.
Looking to the sky, Temen's going to look around at everyone and just, out of caution, cast Divine Sense to see if he detects any fiend, celestial, or fey and undead, I think.
Yeah. You use Divine Sense to see if there is anything around you. And it triggers. There is something celestial nearby.
Do I see what it is?
Let me read the specifics. Does it identify it or just let you know when it's within your range?
I will check. Let's see. You can sense anything affected by the Howl spell or know the location of any... You know the type of any being whose presence you sense, but not its identity.
Yep. Yeah, you know there is something celestial right in that courtyard with you.
I look to Ko.
There is something celestial here among us.
Like a goddess. Is that it?
Perhaps.
Because Zin still owes me that meeting.
I cannot identify what it is. I just sense its energy around us.
Well, I guess now's a good time for us to reveal if any of us are some sort of angelic being sent from above or have connections to some deities. He's gonna kind of look around. It's like he's
Everybody's looking at everyone else.
He's scanning them, but like he's obviously like skipping like Temin, and he's gonna like look between Phoebe and Kane. He's gonna like settle on Kane. Is like, there's no way. There's no way. There's no.
You can't imagine Kane with some chicken wings.
No, it's the fact that Kane is just like so against like anything remotely magical. That like I don't even
Could
imagine.
Be his color, though.
Could be the collar. Oh, that's.
I know.
really
Phoebe's actually gonna walk up to Kane. She's gonna go,
I'm gonna bend down.
Do you think you know who? I'm just gonna point to the collar. He's like, I don't know, celestial.
I'm gonna like put my hand on the collar like I'm covering its ears, which I know full well it's doing nothing. Nah, this isn't that thing. And I'm gonna look back at her. I'm gonna reverse this. Do you think it's you know who you know who?
Oh gosh, that was a lot of who's.
You're who's. Come on. Yes, Phoebe, you're who's.
I'm who's.
You're the one who's worshiping people around here. What did you break something?
not the only one worshiping people around here.
I mean, you're the one that I saw worshiping stuff that came to light. Other people worship shit all the time, and I don't see anything.
I mean,
Yeah, that's right. And I'm gonna stand back up and like pretend I didn't have that conversation.
Is there anything you guys would like to share with us? I imagine Ko and Temin are just like standing directly across from them, just like, what's happening over there?
My mom dropped by this morning.
And what is the relevance to what's happening with the celestial powers?
I mean, she's like kind of almost at a, like, not my mother is a very humble woman. I do not want to over exaggerate her importance, but she's kind of a big deal in the celestial plane of things. So maybe her energy is just kind of still here.
Or this could have nothing to do with any of us and we're overthinking it. And I'm gonna look around. Does there seem to be like a source or like a color funnel or something that would say it's like in one spot that isn't just in the sky?
Why, yes, there's a beam of light. No.
Hey, it's worth a shot.
No, that's good. No indication. No, nothing.
Well, clearly, Temin senses something. Seeing as there's no way to disprove your theory, Phoebe, about your mother, I guess it's possible that he's detecting some lingering presence.
I mean, that would be my guess.
Yes, perhaps that is true.
At any rate, Temin, why did you decide to sense for energies?
The sky looks and feels very ominous. It is not like the other days that we have spent in Waterdeep.
Agreed.
Well, we could always ask somebody else that isn't us four.
Like,
This is true.
Like anybody else, we are in the city of Waterdeep. We can go literally out to the street and maybe ask somebody.
Sebastian's been here. How about him?
guys.
This is entirely new to me.
Oh,
I've not been to the city today or spoken with the people. I'm sorry.
They just fucking appear next to us.
I know. I was like,
apparated.
guys, what if Sebastian's a celestial?
He's
But
always in the
like,
room with you.
Actually,
Oh shit! Yeah, that's also true. Another theory could be
Well,
Sebastian.
We could always just walk down the street and see how people are behaving and just go from there. We don't even have to bring it up. Maybe no one else can see it. Maybe this is normal and we just haven't been here and who knows. So why don't we just go for a stroll and see what happens?
Wait. Are you suggesting that we suspend our training to go talk to people right now?
You're training your leg muscles to keep moving.
Kane, need I remind you? We lost.
Did. But need I remind you, the sky's a different color and could fall down on us, so our training would be for nothing anyways. So I'm gonna go into town and I'm just gonna start walking.
Touche.
Perfect.
How about you two? Yay or nay?
I will join Kane.
Well, then fuck it. I guess we're not doing any training. Phoebe,
I was gonna say, as much as I would like to improve our skills, I think it's going to have to be a more experiential training in real time, because when my mom came by, she essentially said that a lot of people are dying everywhere and that it's kind of up to us. And then she kind of ran off like something was happening, something about the gods coming back. I don't think we can afford to be static for too long.
Point taken. Perhaps along the way, I can ask you some questions. I have a lot of questions, actually.
So do I.
Well, let's go. As I look off in the distance and Kane's already fucking gone.
So yes, you head off into the city proper of Waterdeep, and there was breakfast for you to eat, so if you would have eaten it, you ate it. Looking at you, Kane. So, when you head into the city, there's a lot of people doing as they were yesterday, working and rebuilding. You also have some of the shops and markets open, and you overhear the occasional, sky's really gloomy today, but nothing purely concrete. That is until, are you all walking as a group or heading off in different directions? Okay.
As a unit.
You rush to catch up with Kane, and you overhear one of the guards, they're newer since the guard changeover, and he talks to one of the others. Blasted graveyard. I haven't had a shift there yet. I don't want to do that tonight. Well, we had to change it over. There's been activity there again. Well, can't you switch me? Like, I really don't want to do it. There's nothing I can do. You know that decision's not up to me. Besides, it's just a few undead. Just make sure the doors are closed. I'm sure you'll be fine. I don't know. I'm really, really uncomfortable about this. Well, then you can file a complaint. But I don't think anyone's going to switch with you tonight. So you might as well put your pants on and get it taken care of.
Phoebe's very confused overhearing that conversation since he's already wearing pants.
So Kane, being a longtime citizen of Waterdeep, there is an area called the City of the Dead. It is a old graveyard, and after the spell plague, it has been wrought with strange necromantic energy. Occasionally, an undead will sprout up out of its grave, and, well, the job of the watch has been to make sure the doors are closed, so that the undead don't spill out into the city during the night. It's not...
Thank you. I read all my notes.
Wonderful. It's not what somebody would call a major issue, as 1 or 2 undead a month is really just the last thing on the list of occurrences for a massive city like this.
So are you saying you want us to go in there? Because that's what I'm getting, obviously.
I'm not saying that at all. Just saying that there is still activity going on.
Well, it's closed off at night, so I guess we can go there.
Yes, perhaps we should go look.
Okay.
I'm gonna raise my tiny hand.
Yes, Phoebe.
Do did we ever check in with what do you call them? I don't know what you call
Oh,
them.
please. Those guys, because this caller now, they're going to get a hold of me when they want to get a hold of me. I ain't going knocking on their freaking doors.
Okay. If you ever needed me to reach out to them, I could do that.
Don't worry, Silverhand would have her hands all over us in a minute that she wants it. So don't reach out.
Okay.
Perfect.
He's enjoying as much as his freedom away from that place as he can get.
So you head through the market district, or the trades ward, as it were, and you come upon the old part of the city called the City of the Dead. You can tell that it is a graveyard. Many large tombstones and monoliths mark the resting places of many ancient dead. Since the spell plague, the deceased citizens of Waterdeep are actually buried elsewhere, and no new... Well, except for a few family lines, there are no new graves within the City of the Dead. For the past 100 years, you find a single guard outside of the iron gates, and he regards you all. Oh, champion, welcome. You're free to wander around during the day. As I'm sure you know, the activity only really happens at night, so be sure to be out by sundown. But I'm sure you could handle yourself. Don't mind me.
I'm just gonna nod my head and walk in.
Okay.
He's gonna wave at the guard as she walks in.
He nods.
As I stop to think about it, I'm actually going to slow my pace until Phoebe's next to me, and then I'm gonna pick her up and put her like on my shoulder, my back.
Just one-handed. Perfect. So you make your way through this graveyard. There is a dampness to the air and a clinging mist to the grass. This... You're not sure who upkeeps this graveyard, but it does seem to be stuck in time. Nothing here seems to grow more than a few inches, and the trees are permanently in an autumn state, missing most of their leaves. Everybody roll me a perception check. We gotta have one roll per episode.
That's what keeps it D&D.
Otherwise, we're just an improv group.
Yeah.
Yes, and
At 14.
Okay.
Yes. I got that 20 plus. That was a good roll. I'm glad I took
roll
that one
the
out.
night.
Perception 23.
Okay.
I know best roll the night. You son of a bitch.
16.
19.
Awesome. Perfect. All right. So, all of you, as you're walking, you see a silhouette in the distance, sitting on an overturned tree. Its trunk laid against the loamy soil, and there appears to be somebody sitting on it.
I walk out towards it.
Okay. Temin steps past all of you and approaches this figure. And Temin, part of the wall of this city of Waterdeep, the massive wall that spans the perimeter, is casting a shadow, some heavy shade on this portion of the graveyard. And upon this tree is slumped an undead. His clothes ragged and shabby, his skin leathery and gray. He is slumped over in this fashion. Just sitting there, as if waiting for someone who may never arrive.
You see me reach for my greatsword and begin to slowly approach.
It is a sign. I have been calling for you, Julius.
And you see him grab the greatsword as he uses channel divinity to control undead and strikes the sword into the ground.
Julius, please come back to us.
You all see Temin plunge his great sword into the ground, and this eruption of light occurs. And he calls out,
Guys, isn't Julius his dead
Yeah.
commander?
Mhm.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you guys were seeing something. I wasn't.
I was gonna stop him, but no.
It's probably best we all just sit back and let this play out.
Agreed.
the undead then jerks up and then settles back into a more relaxed posture and stares at you, Temin, light now glowing in the sockets where its eyes once were.
I rush over, and I'm just...
It is you. You have answered my call, Julius. I have so much to tell you.
You hear this.
Do not force yourself, Julius. It is a very,
just putting hands on his shoulders, like,
very worn body that I have called you to.
Okay.
I'm leaning over to Ko and saying, that thing's not coming back with us.
Agreed. We might have to have a talk with him.
I don't know if this is dis or respecting life.
you see Temin start rummaging through his bag and pulling off a bunch of stuff.
I have been preparing. After the people we met, they were collecting money to revive someone they lost. I thought perhaps I could bring you back for your wisdom.
And I start pulling out my uniform, the old uniform from the East Wind Battalion, and then the helmet. And I start dressing him up. And even grabbing the cloak and dressing it over him. And popping on the helmet.
Wait. One more thing. To make sure.
And I pull out the old military insignia. And I put it on his chest.
Is Temin building a snowman?
I was actually going to ask you if he's ever done anything like this before while you were traveling with him.
He did something similar in a colder region of the country. But he didn't have the insignia before.
Let's just Let's see where this is going. Yeah, I think that's right. Let's just watch. Cole's got to kind of like just lean further back and just like, It kind of just look around, see if anything else is happening.
Okay. The undead now dressed up, emblazoned with the insignia of the East Wind Battalion. No,
No,
this,
it's the one they found from the shop.
that's right.
It was an old,
That's
high-ranking
right.
military official.
Perfect.
I'm also handing him a shield that he had been carrying for so long, and the short sword that he got from the first dungeon. In
Awesome.
Sun Citadel.
And the leather helmet.
Yes, covering his face so that he looks normal from the outside, because you can't see all this decrepit skin.
Except for the
He's fully
glowing
covered.
eyes.
Except for the glowing eyes.
But not entirely uncommon in a world like this. Standing there rather lamely with all this accoutrement. He's got this kind of sideways lean, and his clothes seem a little too big for him. But, man, he's something.
I'm so excited. I've been holding onto your sword for so long, Julius. I have new friends. Come, I must introduce you.
You see Temin walking back to all of you with his new friend. It kind of steps.
Everyone, allow me to introduce you. This is Julius.
I thought Julius was dead, Tim. Like,
Oh, he is dead. You see him. He's a dead guy.
I mean,
He's
And-
dead.
but like, gone, not something to be brought back, someone to be brought back. I thought he was gone. Like, yeah. What's happening here?
Yes, Temin. What is happening here?
Well, you see, I have been looking for answers. And I have been
Looking to Ko.
rather inspired after seeing many of our friends looking to revive someone they have lost. And I thought, perhaps in our time of need, I could call upon Julius, and he can help us.
I see. Sorry, my only real experience with undead is, well, making them dead. So my apologies. Is he able to communicate properly? Does he understand what's being said right now?
He can understand, although he is unable to communicate.
I see. I'm gonna try to reach out to Julius telepathically to see if his brain works.
Good job. You broke the DM.
For context, with the skeleton block, it says languages understand all languages. It's spoken life but can't speak.
If it can understand the languages, then I think we can communicate mentally.
But I'm looking into telepathically.
Yeah.
Kind of weird.
Mindling, I don't need to share a language for the creature to understand, but the creature must be able to understand at least one language with Mindling.
What do you have to say to Julius?
Well, hello. We are Temin's new companions. It is a pleasure to meet
I'm gonna whisper to Phoebe on my shoulder. Oh my god, we lost Ko too.
you. Coach is there, just like eyes glowing. They both got glowing eyes and they're looking at each other.
You see it kind of shifts its weight.
I will grant him the ability to reply to me telepathically too.
Temin, in your head, you feel Ko allowing you to respond to him.
Oh, Ko, you wish to speak to me?
I wish to speak to Julius because you said he couldn't speak. This is weird. And then I would imagine he would say, "This is weird," but like verbally, it just like end that conversation right there. There is no need to go down that path. So, Timon, how exactly did you bring him back? Like, what is it that allowed you to bring Julius back?
Julius has taught me that as a paladin, I can call on the divine power to grant a prayer or a wish in certain forms. All this time, I have been wishing for Julius to return to us in some way, and it seems his spirit has possessed the undead. I had a dream about this last night.
The
It is a sign.
the undead lifts its hand and puts it on Temin's shoulder, echoing the dream that you had last night, Temin.
I see. Okay.
Ko, just to clarify, because
Yes.
Temin's lost his mind. Are you telling me that is really, what is it, Jameson?
No, Julius.
Julius. Are you serious, Ko? Are you fucking serious right now?
Listen, I don't know him. I tried to connect, but my mind ended up linking with Timmons instead. So yeah, I have no way to verify what's going on. But our friend is seeking guidance from somebody who helped him in the past. So let's try to be supportive.
Okay, fine. I'll be supportive of all this. I'm gonna walk up a little bit closer to this corpse.
Oh, and this is Kane. He is very much like Jameson. It is very strong. That over there is Ko. He is very good with his words, much like Sputs at times. That is Phoebe. She is a cleric, much like Lois.
While he's explaining this, I'm gonna slowly pick up one of my legs and I'm gonna meet the waist of the zombie. And I'm not gonna kick him hard, but I'm gonna just push him back just a little bit. Just a little. I'm just gonna push him.
Kane.
It falls over like a cardboard cutout.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I'm not gonna apologize. What kind of guidance is this thing gonna bring us? Temin,
Kane,
please
Kane.
clarify.
Hanging on for dear life while Kane is swinging around, addressing everyone.
Oh, Julius!
Running over and like picking him up.
Perhaps I should carry the greatsword for you.
Oh my
He thinks the weight of the
I'm looking at Cole like, Cole, do something about this. Get this boy on a leash.
The undead gets back to its feet. One of the gloves slides off of its hand as it's standing up. And it looks at you, Timon, and you just see this familiarity in the look it's giving you.
This is all Xavier's fault.
Kane, are we taking an undead person back to the house?
No. And Kane, that was very rude. I just got to answer to no. We're not.
I didn't hurt him. He's
It's okay,
obviously,
Julius.
You don't know that. You're not an
he's
undead.
obviously seen better days. Do you see this guy?
Oh my god.
I don't
Timon.
even- Oh, I don't even know what I'm supposed to do.
It's okay. It's okay. Just everybody calm down.
Well, I
Timon.
can't save him because he's already dead, but I can't let him go anywhere because now he's not resting in peace.
Speaking of going anywhere,
Shit.
my knowledge of this location, okay, in the graveyard, blah blah blah, spell plague, are the corpses that
Blah
come to
blah
life-
blah spell play.
Yeah. That's literally Kane explaining anything magical.
I'm staying in character for this one. Okay. With Kane's knowledge of this place, if this thing leaves here, is it gonna stay? Is it gonna stable? Like, can it leave here, or is it something that just?
The
is
reason
this
why the
area?
guards guard the doors at night is because the undead used to just roam out of the graveyard.
Okay. That being said, are the guards gonna let this thing fucking walk out, or am I gonna have to remind Timon that he's gonna get shot on sight?
You're the champion.
Let's play it by ear. We'll
Don't
see
As
use
what
my
far-
fame. Don't use my fame to get away with this.
If
Kelp will.
we're
You won't.
talking on a purely like this is how Waterdeep functions, yeah, there's no way that an undead
Okay.
would
I just
walk
wanna-
out on its own.
Stop it. Stop it.
Temin, you said you needed some guidance, and this is why you brought back Julius.
Yes. I also believe he may be able to serve us in combat.
Wait. Hold on.
Do I need to kick him again? Do I need
Stop it, you. Temin, how exactly is Julius supposed to guide you and assist us when, well, one, his communication skills are severely lacking, to say the least, and two, his body is about to fall apart at any given moment, and I don't think we're allowed to just take undead and walk around town with them.
But
The-
that is fine. The armor.
And then sliding the glove back onto the hand.
This will be his disguise.
With the glove back on its hand, it pulls out the short sword, and you see it strikes a pose, like a commanding charge pose.
It's fucking He-Man now. Like, what the-
See? He knows how to fight. It is just as Captain Julius knew how to fight.
I'm very conflicted.
Kane, do you want to
kick him again? Yeah, I can do that if we'd like.
No,
If we would like.
please do not.
And we're not kicking anyone else.
okay. Kicking aside. Temin, please explain your whole plan because the rest of us need a thorough explanation. A very thorough explanation.
Well,
You want
perhaps I thought, with Julius beside us on the battlefield, it would help me remember how to fight as I did in the Eastwind Battalion. And perhaps our tactics can work out better once we form up into some fighting maneuvers that Julius can show us.
The undead then like maneuvers its blade.
I'm so sorry, Ko. We should have just went straight to training. We should have just stayed. I'm
train.
But we can train now, Kane.
Okay, Timon. I know you're a warforged, and on issues of life and death, things are not 100% clear for you all the time. That is an undead. Back there is an entire area full of living people who might not take too kindly if they discover that Julius is a walking corpse.
Julius sheathes his blade. And, Temin, you're hearing Ko's words, but you see Julius now is no longer slumped over. He's now standing tall and proud. And he begins to walk down the path.
We will not leave Julius. If you must leave, then leave without me. I feel as though...
And putting my hand onto Julius.
Nope.
I am a being that is a construct without a soul, much like the undead that have been resurrected as tools for fighting. If there is no other like me, none closer, it would be Julius here. Please understand.
Bullshit.
Listen. Looking around the graveyard. I don't know how long, whatever you got going on, is gonna last. I know that if we take Julius with us anywhere, he's in more danger than you can understand. However, if you feel entirely and utterly compelled to train, because this is going to give you something that I don't quite understand, I have no problem being here, training temporarily in the graveyard for as long as you need to be with. And I'm just looking at this thing, Julius. And I won't kick him hard. But if we're training, I do get to kick him. That's my one thing. And I'm looking at everybody like, you guys can understand this, right? Like, you guys...
Temin. Gotta kind of look back at Kane, just like, I think so long as we contain this, we can go along with your plan. We stay in the graveyard, because as Kane pointed out, Julius existing would be a danger to himself. And I get what you were saying. I don't want to seem rude to your existence by denying somebody who's in a similar situation to you. So let's
But
get
if
back
we
to
stay
training.
here, but if we stay here, we will not be able to face the enemy. Julius can help us.
That's right. I forgot about that part.
I think bringing Julius into war like this would actually be a disservice. Temin, train. Get what you need out of Julius now. And I think Julius's raggedy ways will understand when you are being strong and out. And, you know, if it's great that he's back, but he's not in his full fighting form. And I feel that it would do more harm and to him, too, if you brought him out. So I think I'm just trying to say, you can get a lot from him. You can still learn. Go out and be the best you. But maybe Julius should stay here because he's no longer the same Julius physically, and he's not really at his full capability. And respectfully, you would understand that, correct?
I look to Julius, then to Cain.
Respectfully, Cain. If you were in his shoes, and you were brought back onto this earth, with the chance to protect the people that you care about, in spite of whatever body you may be in, would you not go to war and fight alongside them?
Nope, because I'd be in the way and I'd rather a bullet in my head. Or an arrow.
While they're having this conversation, Phoebe's gonna climb down from Kane's shoulders. She's just kind of walk up. Yeah, she's gonna climb back down. And she's gonna walk up to Julius and just kind of stand in front of him and look up at him and see if he reacts. She's gonna walk up to Temin and look up at Temin. You're 100% sure this is Julius, and he's here with us?
I am certain, and I would bet my life to protect him, as I did back then.
Then why would you put him in that body and let him leave this place to get crushed? Do I need to kick him again?
Phoebe's gonna turn around and she's gonna address Cole and Kane. Although I'm very conflicted, as this is a situation I never saw myself in, I would give anything to have my mother by my side. She is a person of great importance to me, and this is a person of great importance to Temin. If Julius is here, then Julius is here, and I don't think he cares about what state he's in. He's here for a reason, and I think we should respect that.
Yes. So we should utilize the fact that he's here and allow him to train and be with him for as long as he can, until Temin must be strong and be on his own journey.
Are you sure he's not trying to go somewhere?
I'm gonna look at the corpse, who's probably just there.
Are you still holding your hand on it, Temin?
Oh no.
It's walking down the path again.
Phoebe's just gonna look up at Kane.
Oh, you never seen a shambling corpse before? They're gonna go wherever they want to go. They're gonna just walk around, okay? He's not going anywhere.
Kane, I think you're freaking out.
Kane, I think it's probably best that we concede on this one and just do our part as Temin's friends to support him during these times.
Oh,
Okay.
but Julius can be your friends as well.
Yes, we can also make friends with Julius.
So, following your fifth companion, Temin, you are filled with, they probably call this nostalgia.
Yes. This was the log.
And pointing out to the log that's kind of knocked over.
That Julius was sitting on in my dream when he and I spoke. This reminds me a lot of those times.
The Julius ahead of you on the road stops a few paces ahead of you and turns and motions you all forward, just like he did when he wasn't a corpse.
Ah, Julius is calling for us.
And you see Temin start jogging. Ding, ding, ding.
He's gonna look at Kane and Co. and shrug and start jogging after him.
I'm gonna grab her, put her
Oh.
back on my shoulder,
Oh,
and I will go over and I'm just gonna tell her, sorry kid, there's too many spring traps in here. If any more pop up, we might have more than just one undead companion at this rate.
As long as we don't know them, I'm sure we'll be fine.
Don't be so sure. It's all muddled right now, and I'm gonna go over there with.
So, Temin, you tell me what Julius is doing as you all now exit the gates of the graveyard. The guard that was standing there looks at all of you. Have a wonderful day, champion. Nods his head. Looks back at your group. And then continues his watch.
Oh yeah, Julius is just walking in front, just a little off to the side of Temin. Temin's to his left. Commander's position is always on the right, as Temin's just eagerly following, chest just puffed up in the air, proud and excited with the greatsword. You see Julius has the shield and the sword, and he's just walking forward.
Where exactly are we headed, Temin?
Where are
Back
you
to
headed?
train.
Oh, back to the estate.
Yes.
Well, turns out we train anyways, I guess. So, let's just make the most of this. Closest turn to Kate.
All right. You return to the estate, and Sebastian sees you all, looks at your companion. Welcome back, champion. You weren't gone for very long, but that's okay. A letter had arrived for you while you were away. What?
I'll take the letter and open it.
The letter is sealed with the stamp of the Lords of Waterdeep, calling for the champion because the Lords Alliance is convening for a meeting.
I'm gonna show Phoebe the note and be like, see? I told you they'd get a hold of me.
The meeting is not until 2 days from now.
And I'm gonna throw the letter over my shoulder. It's in 2 days. Fuck 'em.
Kane, that's littering.
Sebastian picks up the parchment.
Thanks, Sebastian.
We'll go sit down on a chair because I can't stand this anymore. But
oh my god.
So, Temin, please give me a wisdom check.
And that's a wisdom check. Ooh, dirty 20.
You begin your training with Julius. And I hope you all are prepared, because the ex-captain of the Eastwind Battalion is here among you, and his skills are unrivaled. And that is where we are going to end tonight's episode of Fancie's Fables and of Eros.
Oh my god.
Your reactions, though.
That took such an unexpected. I didn't realize what was happening until it was
too late.
Yep.
No, what is happening? Oh no!
Kevin just doing his thing, I guess.
I love that so much. I love that so much.
Oh my god.
I did not think that in the world of D&D we would play dress up Barbie, bring home time zombie. Like I just
Honestly, it's not the weirdest thing that we've gotten into. I don't think. I feel
no,
like
but
there's
it's
something
probably
weird.
one of my favorites so far. But Kane hates it.
Yeah.
Just be glad Vayella's not in this party.
Oh god.
Every time
just smite it on
Rez
sight.
strikes down. Rez strikes down. Rez.
Oh my god.
You're just increasing my XP. I don't know what to tell you.
Is this farming?
Is it awkward if I turn undead?
Oh my goodness. All right. I will see you all next week. And until then, stay fancy.
There it is. He said it. He said it, guys. He said it.
Yes.
Good night.
Bye.